things that didn't happen. The child would be my friend's children in the same position. You would never settle a child that quickly. You'd be distraught, and basically, I think the only trauma probably that child suffers from is them two constantly bickering and shouting and just going at each other all the time. I don't believe it happened. He wouldn't have been up at that time of night by a door for no reason, and if he was, what's he doing up at that time? I don't believe a word of it. It's just constant lies. It's just so frustrating just to see them just go on like this.
Yeah.
But no, I don't believe it happened. I really don't. And I think if that poor child does have any trauma,
I'm going to drop you down, Jojo. Thank you for jumping up, because I'm going to debunk something just quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Boot me out. I don't know how to do it.
Thank you, mate. I'm going to just debunk something really quick about this studio thing. Like someone just said, Rickster, when she said that Rickster was up the road in the studio. Do you want me to debunk that very fast? Because I remember that same studio where Rickster's doing his FYP, and Talia was in there in the room with him. She gave him a hug, and she said to him, "Do you want anything from the kitchen?" Morning, Haley. So that's not a studio. That's a house. That's a room in the house. That ain't a studio. That's a room in their house. You know what I mean? So, or a shed, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Or a shed, you know what I mean? It's definitely not no studio 300 metres up the road. You know. So, yeah, she also asked him to get a Pepsi with loads of ice. That's what I mean. Nothing adds up. I need to go back to where part on this where we was.
Got caught with glass that had been smashed in the door. It'd have been boxes.
Okay, I'm saying, on the night, I was panicking. There was kids there. Glass gun. I'm just saying about the glass. Okay.
There was more people in this house. There was glass everywhere. And I'm not going to allow anybody to come to my door, and I'm going to quiver inside when all the windows are going through.
You've already showed the video evidence. I'm not even interested in what the truth is.
I don't care. That's not what I want to talk about. I'm not getting into another row, and Pearl Price is not coaxing me into another row on this fucking app. And I've already clearly said it is not something that I want to do. I want to stay away from that. My story hasn't changed once. Whatever happened to anybody in the house is nobody's business.
I personally think Brian May smashed the windows because he wants his TikTok account back. That's what I personally think.
It was dealt with. There was more people in the house. Everything was fine. Unfortunately, I'm a warrior, and if you come to my door, you're going to know about it.
How do you know what happened to that boy or anything?
Don't even talk about anything.
Exactly. We're not here to speak about kids. End of.
I'm just saying, the reason I brought this up is because my point is, hi Sherilyn Barnes, I'm normal. Those who know. All I'm saying is 3 men came to a woman's house that day, achieved absolutely nothing. And I think it's very sad that people like Pearl Price and people like Miss Red and Luke and everybody on this app that thinks that's okay to come to a house where there's clearly vulnerable people and put the fucking windows in. Therefore, so that's the reason why I want to come away from this drama top, because there are people with no morals on here, and it doesn't matter what happens to anybody on this app, whether it's terrible people being accused of things they haven't done, or whether it's people getting very, very hurt, or whether it's damage, or people going to people's houses. People will only hold people accountable if they are against them. Now, I'm not like that. If I think someone's done something wrong, I will call them for it. And I don't care if they're my friends or not. So when EQ says things like, Talia, I'm meddling behind the scenes, I'm not meddling behind those scenes. You know where you stand with me. I know where I stand with you. In an ideal world, EQ has the kind of persona and the kind of personality that would be one of my mates. She's the kind of person that I knock about with. But because this is TikTok, and because we probably will never meet up, we are batting heads, and we will always bat heads. I will never trust her.
I've just been sent a clip, right, where Rickster said the little boy, glass in his face, cut open, you know. So, like I said, the story, good morning, Sammy. So, like I said, the story doesn't make any sense at all. So.
Will never... I will always be on the back foot.
Alex, I'll just be 2 seconds. See when you see the video of the glass right behind the door where it was smashed, it looks as if as soon as you open that door, it's like a little bit where you put your shoes and your, like your umbrellas and stuff like that, and hang coats and things. As soon as you get in the door, there's a wall right in front of you, and there's a little wall to the right.
Yeah.
So it's like a little porchy bit, do you know what I mean, for putting stuff. I just don't get why a child would be standing, as you say, at that time of night in a little porchy bit of the house.
Millsy,
Like,
I've just said that. How long have you been in, Millsy? I've just literally stated all that, Millsy.
Well, I've been busy working, sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a job. And you're on TikTok. Jesus Christ.
I've got a job, I do, I know. One of few, but yeah. All right, thanks, bye.
All right, and cheers, mate, Millsy.
With her, always. And I will never lie for her. So when Chester says to me, is there a photo? Yes. Can I have it? No. Are you sure? Are you lying? There is one. Trust me. She's seen it. She knows about it. But just stop losing your head over it. It's cool. It's being dealt with. It's over. I am having to pacify him to stop him from doing lies about me. Now, secondly, no matter what I said, I don't trust her. I'm on the back foot with her. I feel like she's up to something. I'm ready for a war if she wants it. However, like I texted her earlier today, that will be her choice. I'm not meddling. I'm not planning on throwing her under the bus in any way. I find her very entertaining. I'm actually deeply at peace with being at peace with her. I didn't want to come to this, and she's absolutely right. Ricky sort of frog marched me to this decision because he had had enough of arguing with her, and I was like, absolutely not. So I've always been very cautious. And I've always kept my friends close who have backed me and are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to then throw men friends under the bus just because I've made up with EQ. But EQ, I am completely and utterly at peace with. There's no meddling. If I have to...
I thought you just said the other day that you haven't made friends. You just have obviously you just squashed it. So, the story doesn't add up. I'm not going to play any more of that because it's just like... boring, and let's be real. And this was Rickster last night.
Potato.
I love potatoes.
Really? How do you know that, Sean?
Okay, Fran, I'll let you in. Gotta be quick though, Fran.
Hiya, if you play that live back when it was all going on, surely if that was all going on where she shouts, I've got a whatever it was behind the door, why does she keep coming back, muting herself, then going back, unmuting herself? Is it because her and Ricky were like trying to chat of what to shout out next? If you watch it back, she keeps coming back to her screen to mute and unmute.
I don't know. I'll have to watch it back because obviously you.
You watch the live back. It keeps muting, and I kept thinking that was very strange.
Yeah. All right, and Fran, thank you for that.
Anyway, gotta go. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Fran. Another thing is, I don't know. This is only speculation because I can't actually think perfectly about this situation. Normally, I got a brilliant memory, but did Talia state? Did she have it next to her, or did she state was it behind the door, or what? In the KNIFE. Where did you say that was? Because she said, didn't she, when she was shouting, I have got the KNIFE in her hand by the door, next to the door. Okay, so if she's got a KNIFE by the door, is that unaided with your child there? So let me just kind of debunk that. So you're telling me there's KNIFE by the door, but your child's there. Unaided. Autistic child at that as well. So the story doesn't add up.
Sean. How does she know that? Do you know the family?
What does Sean say?
Julie Ann Ferris, youngest of 13 children.
I don't know, probably because something was said on live today. Now people are probably Googling.
Guys, why does everyone come in the boxes? Like...
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
I just want to quickly point out as well, she stated that they knocked the door and said they'd got food. Then she started ranting and raving. Do you remember? Because we could all hear her in the box when Ricky was live.
Yeah.
So she was already worried because she screamed, "I've got a big knife here."
Yeah.
So why, when they came back, was the child stood behind the door? If you're that worried for these people that are knocking your door, why is your child there? Why have you not ushered him upstairs? Or it
Yeah.
don't make no sense. She's chatting absolute shit. No one believes you, tell liar.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing makes any sense at all. This whole thing. Do you know what needs to happen here? I think Rickster needs to come live and say, you know what? Yeah, the story was fabricated. You know, I got fucking caught up in here and that, like, and I was angry. Emotions got the best of me and that stuff. That's the only thing you can do, because everyone is literally seeing this story for what it is, and it is literally a story. It's not the truth. It's not fact. It's a story. Simple as. It's literally just a story. And it's a poor story at that. J.K. Rowling definitely didn't write this. 100% not. So.
She wasn't even mine and Luke's biological auntie. She wasn't our biological auntie, just to let you know. She wasn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, EQ said it. Yeah, all right. Well, I didn't know anything about it, and Ricky didn't know.
Different grandmothers, guys. Different grandmothers, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, tell EQ to come in here and then confirm that I haven't spoke to her off this app. Big up corrupted Clark. Do you know what I mean?
Potato!
Well,
all this going on and you're just talking about gifts and that, like, it is mad. It is mad. It was like the same that night as well. It's just, the whole thing's just not a good look. And you know what? I ain't even giving it any more energy. The story's crap. It doesn't make any sense. It's lies. Yeah, something possibly did happen, but other than that, none of this happened. No child was hurt. Come on. Just take it on the chin now and be honest with people, because no one's buying it. I'm not being funny. You don't get stories that wrong that fast. If it happened years and years ago, that you can understand, you go, yeah, okay, like, I must have, you know, got a few things wrong. It's been a long time. The things just happen, but the story's changed like 4 or 5 times. So it doesn't make any sense. I'm going to be totally honest with you. What's that? Oh yeah, and one more thing regarding Natalia's situation with Rickster. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this, and this clarifies regarding the situation that went on. And this is what I clocked last night, and then Whispers and Winks uploaded it after. Your obsession is bad, Gaz. You're a Rickster. Get in the box, Gaz. Get in the box. I've requested you. Gaz, you gonna jump in? He's blocked. He's not blocked, is he? Let me have a look. He doesn't come up as blocked. Oh, Cat, don't unblock it, but unblock him. Unblock him, I don't want him blocked. Thank you. The thing is, when people go, "Oh, what's the obsession?" No, we're calling out lies because people are someone in our class as a friend was blamed for basically trying to sort something out where a child was hurt. So sorry, no, I'm debunking it very fast, and like the whole app is, because I'm not being funny. That's not fair to have over Luke's head. That Luke was involved in a child being hurt, sending people around his house, so a child got hurt. So, you know. If you want to believe Fantasyland, go to the cinema and watch a film.
The police have been in and out of here all day, and everything's cushy. Fat Freak said what? Fat Freak said you wasn't at the court. There's a video on my stories of me at court. So I went to court. No, I wasn't allowed in the courtroom.
Listen to that again, guys. Not we. Not me and Rickster. Just let me just go back and repeat this. Remember the court thing, yeah?
Video on my stories of me at court. So I went to court. No, I wasn't allowed in the courtroom.
Not we. Not we. Oh, it's me. You can hear my voice over. Not we, I.
Then. Did you hear that then?
Yeah.
Lower it down, please. Lower it down. Thank you, Kate. Thanks. Sorry. Thank you.
It's alright.
Did you hear what she just said? I was at the court. I went to the court. Not we. Not we went to the court. I went to the court. And she repeated it again. I went to the court. And Fat Freak said Rickster never went to court. He didn't say nothing about Talia. He said only Rickster never went. There you go.
So there you go. That's that. And then let's get into of what happened last night. So, if you was aware, where's the EQ bit? I'm sure there's an EQ bit. Did I have an EQ bit? Oh yeah, here it is.
Have been said, emotions have run high, and in the heat of it all, boundaries were crossed. I want to be clear that this ends now. No more will be said from me publicly on this matter. It's done. To anyone who has felt triggered or distressed watching this unfold, I am truly sorry. That was never my intention. This has been a wake-up call for reflection, growth, and moving forward with more integrity. I hope this can be a turning point, not just for me, but for everyone involved, and that this truly does put an end to the situation. Oh yes, love. So there's been conversations because we've had these like higher up Zelda type of people from Luke's family, you know, telling us to be quiet basically. So we've had to come to some sort of across the airways because we've not spoke direct or anything. This has been going through third parties. So basically we've got to both be quiet, not allowed. So I do apologise, anybody, joking aside with the statements and all that. I do apologise if anyone's been triggered off the back of obviously things that I've been saying and that lately.
It's not just lately though, is it? It's not just lately. This has been going on for a long time. Ever since I've been on the app where you think it's acceptable for kids to be mentioned and, you know, just try and saying the maddest of things. Why only lately?
Yes, so everything is now hopefully at a mutual end. With regards to not the beef, well, we can't stand each other, love. I'm sure I'll be hearing all about my Concord nose in the next couple of days. But that's the limit, you know what I mean? Criticising content and stuff like that, that's all I'm here to do, really. Thank you so much, Deborah. So there we go. Those who'd like to mix it up, you can continue to do so. You know, this is off statement now, by the way. This is me talking. Yeah, so people who still try and mix it up, Luke's not responsible for what others say, just like I'm not responsible, but obviously my people, like the whole exposing this, that and the other, just obviously, I mean, I can't control Sophie Bailey or that. They're still going to do their shows and whatever they want. Corey will be doing his, obviously, misreads and all that. But obviously this is just between me and Luke, for instance. So there's no deals been made or anything. It's just, we've both basically been told to shut up. So if you can hear this little clip if you want. I love you too. But we still absolutely despise each other.
Hello? 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 Have you been told by your own family to shut your effing mouth? Yes. Oh, so are you going to do it now or? On what, Corey? On Chelsea Harwood. Who said this? Chelsea Harwood. I've been told to shut my own fucking mouth. No one tells me what to do.
I was told also, so I think I was just throwing it in his direction.
Okay? No one tells me what to do. How about that one?
Fair enough.
Have I been asked to shut my fucking mouth? Yes.
But you're not going to do that.
I'll do what I want when I fucking want, Corey.
That's completely fair enough.
Keep it out there.
Well, I haven't given an apology to Luke either. I've apologised to my audience for obviously the trigger and content they've had to wear coming out of my mouth the last few weeks as well, you know what I mean? So I'm only apologising to me and Luke will always be mortal enemies, you know, always. But obviously things are going a bit far now, aren't they, with the allegations of this, that, the other, you know, which are wholly untrue from both sides. So, you know, I don't want to be saying all this stuff and having to counteract, and I'm sure he doesn't want to have to counteract things I've got to say. So for everybody's sake, as far as me and him are concerned, he's not responsible if Corey says something like upset or whatever, and I'm not responsible for Delusa Banji. I still let it be known, Delusa Banji, don't get this confused that I've come to a deal with anybody or he's come to a deal with me. We still can't bear each other. We've not even actually physically spoke. It's been through a third party from his family. So this is prior, you know, this is basically content that Corey's playing on the FIP from the daytime, but obviously there's a lot that's happened today, you know what I mean, offline and stuff, so.
She put out there about my dad.
So I wouldn't be telling anybody not to do this, that, and the other.
Do you know why this agreement will never uphold or have any weight to it? It's because EQ's clever. If she needs to get something out there, she'll use other parties. How you doing, Danielle? You okay? She'll use Sophie Bailey, Levi, Zach, or whoever she wants to use. So this whole situation will never hold up. You know? So
their content, whatever they do, just like he can't tell him and X, Y, and Z, but for me and him, it's just with regards to that. So don't be getting it mistaken, Delusive, like I've joined their sides with anybody, or they've joined with me, their side. We haven't even had a conversation physically.
Been told.
Careful, you're on live. You're on live. You're on live.
I know you're on live, and that's why I'm saying it to you.
Oh.
He's on live. Well, she's told about my dad. She's also had family members contact her today, and my family, and tell her that is an out-and-out lie. I don't get on with my dad. I don't speak to my dad. I don't like my dad. That's my own reasons, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
But that is an out-and-out lie, and she's been told to stop that shit. All right? Anything
See? So stop trying to mix it up, Corey. It's a mutual thing. We've both been told to shut up.
else?
Because it's bringing, like, obviously, lies into situations, family members, this, that, and the other. So it's only on that topic. We're still mortal enemies. He'll still probably call me Fit to Burn. I'll be calling him Fit to Burn. But it won't be along the lines of triggering content, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to say it one more time, just to be clear. If they say anything, these other people, it's nothing to do with Luke. And if Sophie or Delusive, whatever they want to say, they're free to say. They obviously know this. I don't control anybody. So I'm not held accountable if Delusive says something, or Sophie, or anybody else, just like he's not responsible. I'll judge him based on, you know, obviously the conversations that have taken place offline, if they get put into action, you know what I mean? Because I certainly would stick to it.
And please stop messaging me pictures of
I don't
your...
want to be talking about this every day.
Ignore him. He's clearly intoxicated.
Liar. It's have been said, emotions have run high, and in the heat of it all, boundaries were crossed. I want to be clear that this ends now. No more will be said from me publicly on this matter. It's done.
This whole situation doesn't, you know. It's the thing is, like I said, it's Luke's real life, real family. Like I said, the only issue that, and you know, I didn't live in an issue. The disappointment that I had last night, I think you was all aware of. As the fact is that I think Corey thinks the same as well. That we wasn't given a heads up that the conversation had happened, because I think if Luke would have just said, like, to us, you know, and this is no hate, this is just me talking. I think if Luke would have said to us, you know, it's all gone off real bad in the family, and all I want to do is stop all this to continue. You can still do what you want to do with Evil Queen or whoever you want to do it with, just for my own sake and my own mental health. I just want to stop this now for me, myself, obviously, and her when it comes to the peddler accusations and all that. But me and Corey would have gone, that's fair enough, you know. We would have gone, fair enough, like, that's fine, you know, I understand. It was just not the conversations, and unfortunately, with how everything's gone on lately, and it's the wars, and I'm not being funny, Chelsea, I was camped to in Chelsea the other day, and she was talking about, oh, Alex is a rapist, a 12-year-old, and all this mad stuff she was saying, Alex with a 12-year-old, and it was some sick stuff, you know. So I ain't easing up. You know, like, I ain't gonna just say, you know, it's fine, you can say what you want about me and all this. I just think we need communication. Communication was the best thing in this whole situation. You can't lose an argument when everyone communicates and on the same wavelength, you know. So I just think mistakes were made, and you know, but I don't hate anyone. I'm not pissed off. I'm just disappointed in it all, but you know, we move. That's all I can say.
To anyone who has felt triggered or distressed watching this unfold, I am truly sorry. That was never my intention. This has been a wake-up call for reflection, growth, and moving forward with more integrity.
Oh yeah, it's that same video. Sorry, guys.
apology to Luke either. I've apologised to my audience for obviously the trigger and content they've had to wear coming out of my mouth the last few weeks as well, you know what I mean? So I'm only apologising to me and Luke will always be mortal enemies, you know, always.
Apparently EQ and Luke have stopped it now.
But obviously things are going a bit far now with the allegation.
I said less than a week ago, because EQ was back in now with Rickster, give it a week and they will stop arguing. And what's happened? Told you.
This, that, the other, you know, which are wholly untrue from both sides. You know, I don't want to be saying all this stuff and having to counteract, and I'm sure he doesn't want to have to counteract things I've got to say. So for everybody's sake, as far as me and him are concerned, he's not responsible if Corey says something like I've said or whatever, and I'm not responsible for Delisa Banji. I still let it be known, Delisa Banji, don't get this confused that I've come to a deal with anybody or he's come to a deal with me. We still can't bear each other. We've not even actually physically spoke. It's been through a third party from his family. So this is prior.
I agree.
You know, this is basically content that Corey's playing on the FIP from the daytime. But obviously there's a lot that's happened today, you know what I mean, offline and stuff. So
keep it out there about my dad.
I wouldn't be telling anybody not to do this. It's their content, whatever they do. Just like he can't tell him and X, Y, and Z. But for me and him, it's just with regards to that. So don't be getting it mistaken, delusive. Like I've joined their side with anybody, or they've joined with me their side. We haven't even had a conversation physically.
Been told.
Careful, you're on live. You're on live. You're on live.
I know you're on live, and that's why I'm saying it to you. She's on live. Well, she's told about my dad. She's also had family members contact her today. And my family and tell her that is an out-and-out lie. I don't get on with my dad. I don't speak.
And like I said, I agree with you, CG, in the comments. For me, if I'm going to be totally honest with you here, I keep saying that. It must be really annoying for you. I think she's worried. I think EQ's worried. I don't know what it is. To be fair, I'm not really super invested and super interested, especially when it's to do with kids and stuff, because I'm not bothered. But whatever this Danny's on about bringing out, or whatever's been passed to other parties and stuff, it's not my circus, you know. But what I will say is, it doesn't make sense. Thank you, Susie. She seems worried about something, and I don't know what it is. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all.
It's my dad. I don't like my dad. That's my own reasons, yeah? Right? Yeah. But that is an out-and-out lie. She's been told to stop that shit. Right? Anything else?
See? So stop trying to mix it up, Corey. It's a mutual thing. We've both been told to shut up.
What do you mean mix it up? You called his dad a peddler. So you lied. You lied about Luke's dad being a peddler. You lied.
Because it's bringing, like, obviously, lies into situations, family members, this, that, and the other. If it's only on that topic, we're still mortal enemies. He'll still probably call me fit to burn. I'll be calling him fit to burn. But it won't be along the lines of trigger and content, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to say it one more time, just to be clear. If they say anything, these other people, it's nothing to do with Luke. And if Sophie or Delusive, whatever they want to say, they're free to say. They obviously know this. I don't control anybody. So I'm not held accountable if Delusive says something, or Sophie, or anybody else, just like he's not responsible. I'll judge him based on...
But apparently Luke's had a police report against EQ for God knows how long. It's just all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all scripted fucking drama. I'm turning into Canadian Angie. This is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. How can you suddenly have a mutual agreement not to talk about each other, right, when apparently the police are involved? Doesn't make sense. It's all scripted bullshit.
Thank you, Cara, times 500 manifesting.
Do not let the dog fool you guys.
Not a fucking yacht. Thank you, Cara. Guys, connect with this account. It's a new one. Connect with this account. Join the team. Tap the screen. Thank you, Cara.
Thank you.
We have got a win streak too. Go on.
This is all scripted bullshit.
You've told me that if you don't get me, blah, blah, blah. So Elsa Frost went to jail for similar threats, and I'll send you to jail, to a man's jail where you belong. You'll be picking up the soap and saying ouch before you know it. Because legally you're male, and you'll go to a man's prison. Because you could get the women inmates pregnant, you see, and they couldn't allow that, the Ministry of Justice. So you keep going on, love. That's the second time you threatened me. I've already told you, you could probably batter me, so you'd not nothing to prove, your macho ego image and all that. I'm about 8 stone, love. You're about 20. So yeah, I probably couldn't fight you. So if
Thank you, Lashes, darling. Go on, Abby.
You're not going to speak on each other.
Delusive, don't you find it a bit weird though, how Luke has suddenly got a police case and now he's drawing a line in the sand? Don't you find it weird? I find it weird. Don't you find it a bit weird though, how Luke has suddenly got a police case and now he's drawing a line in the sand? Don't you find it weird? I find it weird. Don't you find it a bit weird? Luke has suddenly got a police case and now he's...
I find it weird, but however, Corey, some people don't want the police involved if you can sort it out yourself. So they've sorted it out themselves. Why get the police involved?
So are you saying that Luke the judge must have dropped his police case?
Sorted it out themselves. Why get the police involved?
So are you saying that Luke the judge must have dropped his police case?
Yes.
So somebody called... Chelsea called him a pred and said that he got in bed with Tilly, and he's dropped the case because EQ's asked him to, and said that he got in bed with Tilly, and he's dropped the case because EQ's asked him to.
Thank you, Pamela. Liz Mack, thank you.
He would have dropped the case, because if they've sorted it out, there will be no police case now.
Oh, for God's sake, Delusive, honest to God. It's all just set up. I literally said less than a week ago that because Rickster and Talia are in the Rat Pack now, give it a week and Luke will drop it all, and now Luke's dropped it all. You're all just a bunch of fake ass people. You all lied to your audiences, all of you, including Luke. It all, and now Luke's dropped it all. You're all just a
I know Corey doesn't mean me, but like I said, I'll keep it straight. I have got no reason to lie to any of you. Whatever I know of, unless it's like personal family stuff between people, whatever stuff that I've been told, and so I've always been honest with you. I've always told you what I know when it's stuff that I can mention on the app. Because at the end of the day, I need to be transparent with you, because I don't want it to come out at a later date that, oh, Alex knew this, and you'll go, well, why didn't you tell us, Alex? We've supported you through this. So I've always remained straight, direct with you. But I also do think there is people going at Luke at this current time that it's not fair as well, because I understand everyone's got feelings. Everyone's feelings are valid. But like I said, until Luke can speak about what's gone on off the app, it's not fair to criticise him and drag him, you know, because at a later date, we could all be here now slagging Luke down off to the ground, yeah? And then at a later date, Luke comes forward and tells you everything that's gone on. You all feel sorry for him, but the people that have been slagging him off in the meantime, you'll get blocked from his live. All I'm going to say is, yeah, okay, he's made a mistake, you know, and I'm still a little bit annoyed. Not angry, still a little bit annoyed. However, the guy's got a lot of shit on his plate at the moment, and I'm not going to be adding to it. So if you think that I'm gonna just turn my back on him and go at Luke and, you know, and go ham at him, that's never going to happen, because I don't think he needs that at this current time. Like I said, I think he knows that he's done wrong. He sent me messages, apologies, and all that stuff. He knows he's done wrong. However, we all act out sometimes, and anger and upset, and we make mistakes. We all make mistakes from time to time. But I do feel with this situation here, I ain't going to jump on him, and I'm not going to be dragging him. And I don't think anyone else should, until he's allowed to speak properly. So,
bunch of fake ass people. You all lied to your audiences, all of you, including Luke. It all, and now Luke's dropped it all. Fucking fake as fuck. Fake as fuck. All of it's fake. Turn on Luke, I think it's weird. I think it's very weird, I'm sorry.
I'm not really bothered about the leaderboard.
You wanted to turn on Luke, I think it's weird. I think it's very weird, I'm sorry.
Only people that I feel sorry for are the people that dislike me so much that would actually spend money on me. Thank you.
The only reason you're on the leaderboard is because of Simba. Don't let it get to your head now. Calm down, Delulu.
Against a gift because they want to get you higher, get that person high up on the leaderboard because they have a dislike for you so much. But the only person they're hurting is themselves.
Liar.
Because they're the ones spending money, not me.
And last night, Angie, because you was all obsessed all through yesterday, you were so obsessed with the dailies and misread this, you wanted to beat this person on the popular and all that stuff. You were so focused on the drama last night, spreading your hatred, you didn't realise what my community did for me, and literally surpass you. on the live. You were so et up on the drama, the toxicity, you didn't realise we was coming straight up there. So where you was bragging all day, saying, "Oh, I got this, I got that, I'm past there." Yeah, you was behind me on the popular. You was behind me on the dailies, and not only that as well, Ange. Guess what? For some reason, I didn't realise that I was number 1 on this competition. So yeah, so thank you everyone for last night. So this is what I mean, Ange. You were so blindsided by toxic hatred last night that you was targeting people, mocking, laughing at people, bragging. So there you go. How did it end up for you? And a backup account as well. I was on the popular 3 times. It took you till 11 o'clock in the morning to get past me. It took me half an hour. My community does it because they choose to. You know, we keep our chat flowing. You know, people get heart me's in, and you know, every morning. And then you say, "Oh, but Alex's community only does it because they're trying to get at me." No, it's not got nothing to do with you, and that's why you are a narcissist. Is because no matter what situation is on this app, you make it about yourself. You know, if you heard someone got unalived, oh, I had a cousin that's been unalived. Anything that goes on, oh my God, the police. Oh, I've got a relative that's a police. Oh that was my friend did that. You've gone through traumas that have, and all the people that's ever been named through the traumas is David and Jason. They're the only 2 people that's ever caused you trauma, multiple different things. I ain't buying any of it, man. You're so fucking involved with yourself. Strange.
Do you know what I mean? The only part I don't like about the whole situation is the fact that he made a truce and didn't tell us, right? And it's not a truce, whatever. But he said that he wanted her to confirm that his father wasn't a peddler, but then he said that it was a police case, so why would he need her to confirm it? Do you know what I mean? That's the part I didn't get. Campaign reward. Right, what's the campaign reward? Give it to my community, don't give it to me. Everybody drop your heart, Mises, freeze that. And then, to jump in Canadian Angie's box and say, no, it was about Tilly, it was about Tilly, it was about Tilly. And then EQ's reading out messages and Tilly wasn't mentioned. To me, that's wild. To me, I just think he's like a rat in a trap, and so he's panicking. But look, I'm not gonna sleep.
And one more thing that I need to clearly state as well. You said as well, this is from your mouth. And the people that was in the live have witnessed it. I don't know, there was quite a lot of people in my live that day when we was cam 2ing you, right? You acknowledged that potentially your gifters are vulnerable. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You know when we was cam 2ing Angie, am I wrong? Did you hear when Angie acknowledged her gifters potentially being vulnerable? Remember, yeah? So, if that's the case, then why was you... No, she did say... I know, exactly. If that's the case, why was you pushing your community yesterday to try and get you above misread and try to get yourself up the popular if you have acknowledged that your gifters could potentially be vulnerable? Just a question. If you're not a toxic person and you give a shit about your community, if you've acknowledged there's vulnerability within your gifters and within your chats, why push for anything? And yeah, of course, there could be vulnerable people in mind, but I don't know of them. You've acknowledged it, so you've obviously seen something. But I haven't. No, you know, I've not seen people saying, you know, I'm struggling, you know, and then I've seen them later gifting me, because then I'd have a concern. I'd have to reach out then. Yeah, I know, Rosebud, but I've acknowledged that. I said if I'd seen something that was, obviously, if I'd thought, you know what, if they're struggling, like, I'd reach out to see if they're okay. She actually acknowledged that her gifters could be... How you doing, Corey? You good? Her gifters could potentially be vulnerable, so why would you ever, right, want to push for anything until that's been dealt with?
I don't care what he does, but I wish I was told. But I don't forgive him. Honest to God, he's been doing a lot of lives lately, right? And obviously I know stuff that goes on off the app, and everything that he says is just not true.
Thank you, Cora.
So, Danielle, you can get out here, love. I see you commenting on everyone's live about me. Yeah, out. I do see you all when you comment on other people's lives, by the way, so don't think you can come in here, drop your heart at me and pretend like it's okay. You get blocked, love, and you're blocked.
Oh, Sammy B, sorry, thank you for the sub, Sammy. Sorry, mate, my head's all over the place. Thank you, Sammy.
You sounded broken. Oh, grow up. This guy's in his 30s, mind. This guy's in his late 30s. Stop treating him like a teenage boy. We're all adults here. Every single one of us are adults. I'm 28. We're all adults. Right? So stop mothering us. We're all like, oh, his son's broken. Oh, fucking grow up. It's an app. Thank you guys for the heartbeats. Brilliant skin. Thank you, love.
What you've got to understand, like I said, with this situation with Corey, myself, and other people, right? We're not, but the whatever agreement was made is not the issue here. The only issue is being kept out the loop, and I think Corey would agree. Being kept out the loop when communication's key in this massive war that's going on TikTok. Thank you, Stace, for gifting that to Joey. What you've got to understand, there's a massive war that's going on TikTok at this current time. You cannot win a war without communication. Communication's key. You know, so when you're being kept out the loop and people in the chat are supporting people and, you know, and pushing people, and it's all a bit of a mess, man. But like I said, hopefully you kind of understand what's going on now.
Look, I understand him wanting to clear up his father, but why would you need to clear up your father when you got a police case? And not only that, why would you want to not call somebody a peddler when you believed so strongly, and you have done for months, that she was not a peddler herself, but like knew a lot more of the situation of Danny than she was letting on? So why wouldn't you just stand on that and just go, yeah, I do? Nobody's going to change my opinion. I don't think EQ's a peddler. I've never once said it. I called her a broomer. I did call her a broomer and I apologised. Cool. Oh, man. Do you know what I mean? But I apologised to that because I actually don't think she's done anything like that. Get down.
Thank you, Jackie.
Shelby, thank you. Thank you, Shelby, darling. It's just weird.
And this is where, Corey, I'm going to, for once, disagree. And you're entitled to your opinion, mate, of course. But grooming grooming falls under a lot of different things. Manipulation through financial gain, exactly like with the money going into the child's bank, could be classed as somewhat grooming. You know, like, and if that ever got taken to the police situation, the police would take that as financial grooming. Regardless because the thing is, people hear the word grooming and think, oh my God, you know, that's the worst and worst. It's peddler behaviour. It doesn't mean that at all. People are financially groomed daily, you know, by corporations, by people. But this situation just happened to be a younger lad that his bank was used because she needed that money to be put in there, which is in a form of grooming. So, you know, you calling her a groomer, as long as you bring context to calling it her, and don't just go, yeah, she's a child groomer, then obviously that's wrong, because people are going to then think, oh my God, she's a peddler, and that's wrong. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to start saying, oh yeah, she's a financial groomer, then that holds up, that will hold up, because the police would also take that on board as that as well. So
from Nia Murtha just saying, oh, okay, love. I call on you if my house is getting done over. I'll send you the video of the news, but won't publicise. What? Skin so clear. It's because I exfoliate once a day. Exfoliate and moisturise. It's just annoying, guys. It is really irritating. Let me put you up here. I don't know if you can rest up there.
Thank you, Carlos.
Can we have a quick summary of what's going on? Nothing much. Actually, I don't think it's going to hold. Oh, there you go. There you go. Look, whatever it is, it's going to come out in the end anyway, innit? Do you know what I mean? And that's just the way that it goes. Trust and invest in no one. That's your choice. We can't change it. I know Rickster's live. But I'm not having anybody put any blame on me I'm not having any blame. No blame at all. I know. But me and Alex are the same. At the end of the day, if you would have rung us and gone, oh, by the way, I've made an agreement with her. I'm not gonna chase her in terms of the Danny Buckley thing. To be fair with you, I'm not chasing it either.
Exactly, and it's that what people need to understand. I also am not chasing it. I do not want a conversation with Danny Buckley because of obviously what's been accused or whatever went on. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I would not hold a conversation with him. I am not interested because you know what happens. I don't want to be knowing about all this mad stuff. I don't come on the app to want to hear about whatever happened between Danny Buckley and this young lad. I don't want to know. I'll be real with you. Why would anyone want to know? Like, so people have reached out and said, oh, I've got this information. I'm not interested. Because the way I see it, right, is if it's a criminal offence, why bring it to TikTok? Go to the police. And it's as simple as that. Stop using TikTok stop using sick subjects for weaponisation and for people to use it as a point scoring system. If it's really sinister and sick and people's lives could get ruined off the back of this TikTok shit. So all I'm going to say is if it's that bad, take it to the police. Don't bring it to TikTok, because you know if you bring it to TikTok, you know what happens? That could make someone get away with it in the end, because they know what's coming. They know the information's going out there, so that gets time for them to think and then try and think of another story. And try and, you know what I mean, gives them an alibi, or, you know what I mean? So, yeah, don't use it as a weapon.
But I do solidly think, and I don't care what she says, she can call me a peddler as much as she wants. I think she knew a lot more of that situation than she's letting on. And I'll stand on it right now, and I'll say, yes, I do. I do believe it. I do believe it. And if I'm wrong, I'll be proven wrong. But again, I'm not going to sit on this app and talk about EQ and kids all day. It's not my style. Sorry. No.
See, I've not watched this video, and literally Corey's got the same mindset as me here. Like, I don't want to be coming on the app every day and just discussing these subjects. I want to come on the app and have a laugh and do my FYP and chill and do what we got to do. EQ's on. Oh, I don't know what she's doing. But I don't want to be talking about kids on a daily basis. Protection of kids, I'm all for, you know, like, and that if it comes my way. But I'm not going to be hunting for stuff like that, because I don't want pictures. I'm not saying about the EQ picture. I'm not about in general. I don't want people passing me pictures that would ever, you know what I mean? I don't want to see all this stuff. I don't want stuff. If something comes my way and there's a child in danger, yes, I'll act out and see what I can do. But if it's serious, it'll go straight to the police. It won't be brought to TikTok for views. It won't be brought to TikTok for gifts or any of that stuff. It'll be going straight to the police. You wouldn't even know about it. Yous lot would not even know about it if something come my way, because it'd be straight to the police. There's a difference. People deal with things different on this stuff. Gatekeeping images that they said they had for weaponisation. It's just all odd, man. It's all sick. It's just disgusting. Yeah,
Not my style. I don't do it. I keep this one finger off so then you can